Hey, I just wanted to make a quick little message here. I've been getting so many messages from people who have metal hips, find out that they have metal poisoning, can't find anybody to take the offending products out, and they're kind of stuck dealing with heart failure and all the issues like that. And so I just find myself saying the same thing to all of them over time. One thing I wanted to mention was that when I had the hips and my cobalt levels and chromium levels in my blood, which should be tested for anybody who has any cobalt or chromium part in their body, my cobalt and chromium levels were slowly going up. And so I didn't have any money for IV chelation. Plus, I had heard that it can be dangerous if you have it done when you haven't had the implant removed yet. So, plus I was scared of doctors at that point and any treatment basically. So I learned a little bit about chelation and realized the importance of vitamin C because it supports the liver and the kidneys and the excretory system. But also I started doing some things, just taking supplements that had been recommended by different people. I mean, I'm not a chemist, I'm not a doctor, I'm not even in the healthcare profession, but in desperation, because at the time I couldn't find anyone to take out the cobalt and chromium parts, I started doing this. And after 6 years of the levels going up, I took these supplements and which I am not paid to sell, and I do not make any money if they get bought. But after 3 months of taking these supplements, my levels dropped for the first time in 6 years, and I was stunned. So basically, NAC, I got this from GNC, N-acetyl L-cysteine, 600 milligrams. Dr. Tower in Alaska, who was poisoned by his own DePuy ASR metal on metal hip made by Johnson & Johnson. He recommended this to me, so I was taking that. Also, in research about what doctors were doing to help 9/11 first responders chelate manganese, I believe. I learned about bentonite clay. These are bentonite clay capsules. I used to just take the powder, and it was gross, so I stopped. But you're supposed to take it with psyllium husk. I've also taken this in the non-capsule form. Totally disgusting. I used to put it in my coffee. I wouldn't recommend it. It's like nasty orange juice pulp. But supposedly the charge of the clay attracts the metals, and then the psyllium husks, it's just fiber that helps to sweep it out of your system via your excretory system. But with these two, you're not supposed to take them within 12 hours of any prescription drugs that you need, because they will sweep those too out of your system. So make sure not to take those with prescription drugs. And then straight up niacin. This is not the flush-free kind. The flush-free kind, I understand, is hard on your liver. So you do need the kind that makes you flush, and a lot of people really hate that feeling because it causes dilation of your capillaries. And that can have a really nasty feeling. So you just you flush, you feel itchy all over for about 30 minutes after it starts working, and I didn't mind it, but a lot of people really hate that feeling. So basically, you're supposed to take the niacin and then either get in a really hot shower or sit outside in the sun, or if you can, exercise and get a sweat. I guess the thinking is that your excretory system will get rid of some of the metal ions through your sweat. And then the niacin helps to dilate your capillaries, so that whole process becomes more efficient. Again, I'm not a chemist, not a doctor, not a nurse, just a bimbo on the internet, but it really helped me. And then in addition, I take still chlorella and spirulina. Whole Foods, places like that have it, just to increase my vitamin C levels to help support the kidneys and the liver. And in addition, I ate a cup of cilantro every day raw, and usually a cup of parsley, fresh raw parsley, every other day. I tried to eat a whole cup of cilantro every day, and as many leafy green raw vegetables as I could handle raw as unprocessed as possible. Again, just to support the whole excretory system. So doing that for 3 months, you know, my hokey way of doing it, no alcohol, very little meat, very little dairy, and I just drank distilled water. Again, you get kind of paranoid about all this stuff once you get implanted with something that causes metal poisoning. So yeah, my family calls me a witch doctor now. So I did that for 3 months. My metal levels dropped from 4.0 to 2.0, both cobalt and chromium, and I was stunned. It was the first time in 6 years that it happened. So I stopped that regimen, stopped taking all these supplements for the next, stopped eating the cilantro every day and parsley for the next 3 months, and my metal levels went right back up. So that's what I did during the time when I was waiting for a doctor to come along who would revise the metal on metal hips. And eventually that happened and I was relieved, but you know, I know the terror that you feel when you realize what's going on and can't get anyone to help you. So I don't need to put the disclaimers in there. I mean, obviously you're going to talk to your doctor about this and he's going to say there's no proof of any of this. So yeah, just this crazy person on the internet suggested that you do this because it helped me. But it's what I tell people did help me, help my metals like absolutely go down, fall by half in just 3 months. So I wanted to let you know what I did and how I did it in case you want to try it. But I really feel for you guys. That's all.